My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of I Want You Back. And this is a movie I was looking forward to because I heard great things about it, and it's a rom-com, and I'm a sucker for rom-coms. Rom-coms are typically very formulaic, but as long as you're romantic, funny, and charming, then I can be run over. There's a movie that came out in 2014 called The F Word, and it's the most formulaic rom-com. You know every single plot beat of it, but the two leads have such good chemistry, and it's such a funny movie that I can't help but love it. And I was hoping for that to be the case here, but unfortunately, it is not. I did not like this movie. Charlie Day and Jenny Slate are both good actors. I like them, but they work better in the supporting role. Neither of them are meant to be the lead character in a movie, and they need a straight man to bounce off of. Let's take Melissa McCarthy, for example. My favorite performance of hers is Bridesmaids. She's great in that movie, she's hilarious, but if she was the lead in that movie would be nowhere near as good. And when she is in the lead, you get movies like Identity Theft and Tammy and just crap like that. She's a good actress, I respect her as a performer, but she works better in supporting performances, and that's the same case with Charlie Day and Jenny Slate. They work better in supporting performances, and neither of them can really carry a movie as well as they need to. The rest of the cast is also pretty underwhelming. You've got Scott Eastwood here, and he's just a really bland actor. I've never been impressed by him. I'm not saying he doesn't have potential, but he's a very nothing actor. You also got Gina Rodriguez, who I really liked in a movie from a couple years ago called Kajillionaire. I thought she was great in that movie. And she's fine in this movie, but she doesn't really have all that much to do, and no one else in this movie really stands out in any way. My biggest problem with this movie is that none of the relationships developed worked at all. Jenny Slate and Charlie Day, I never cared for them. I didn't think they had good chemistry. At no point was I rooting for them to get together. They just didn't have it. Charlie Day and Scott Eastwood becomes good friends in this movie, and I didn't care about their friendship. It felt very forced. And then we've also got this friendship that Jenny Slate character has with this 12-year-old boy, and I just found it to be a little creepy. Like, I get what they were going for, that the kid is a bit troubled, he's not the best kid, and she can be a positive role model to him. But just the way it ended off when she leaves the school and she gives him his number so they can keep in touch, I'm just like, yeah, that's crossing a line. That's really creepy and not right at all. So none of the relationships developed that I care for. Another reason why this movie didn't work is that these two main characters are terrible people, and everything they're trying to do is terrible. So I'm not rooting for the characters, I'm not rooting for what they're trying to do, so the filmmakers are hoping that I root for them to end up together, which I wasn't invested in, but even if I was, it still wouldn't work because that's step 10 of a 10-step plan, and you're just waiting the entire movie for them to mess everything up, for the truth to come out. You're just waiting for the lawyer's revealed storyline to show itself. And sure enough, it does. Like, if you watch a movie like The F Word, the only conflict is between these two people. So throughout the entire movie, you're watching these two people get closer and closer and closer to each other until they eventually end up together. But in this movie, you've got, well, they're trying to break this person up, so then he becomes friends with this person, who then tries to screw this thing up, then this, and it just doesn't have a smooth flow to it. And it becomes very messy in what you're supposed to root for throughout this entire movie. Some other issues I do have with this movie is that there's one scene where there's a couple and the guy's just like, I'm going to take a shower, and then his girlfriend's just like, I'm going to go join you, and she gets off the bed and walks towards the bathroom, and 1 second later, they're both in the shower. Like, how? How did you get in the shower that fast? It really took me out of it. And also, this movie is 2 hours long, and it didn't need to be. Keep it short, keep it sweet. If you don't need to be 2 hours long, then don't be. Now, that's not to say this movie is all bad. Like I said, the two main performances aren't bad. They're just not meant to be leading characters. But there is something about Charlie Day that I do think he has a unique quality to him, same as Jenny Slate. And I do think there's some conversations had in the last act that was far deeper than anything in the movie up until that point, and I wish they explored that more. In fact, after that conversation took place in the end of the movie, I could see the potential in this movie. If it focused more on the characters instead of this convoluted plan that they were going through, I really do think you could have had a pretty good romantic comedy. But that's just not the movie we got. It's not a terrible movie. It's just a romantic comedy that's neither romantic, funny, and I should mind you, I didn't laugh a single time in this movie, and it's not charming. So there's just no reason to watch this movie. Yes, there's worse movies, but there's other movies you could be using your time to watch instead. So I'm going to go ahead and give I Want You Back a 4 out of 10. Okay, have you seen I Want You Back? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin out.